Well, many of us try to recycle, but sometimes we have those hard to recycle items that too often end up in the regular trash, then to the landfill. But the Fox 5 I-Team's Dana Fowle has a better idea. It's a place called Charm, where, for the most part, it's free to unload those things that you shouldn't dump into the landfill.
Let's take a look under the sink. What do you do with all of these plastic bottles with toxic residue when you're done? Well, you don't put them in the regular garbage. In the bathroom, do you just pour that little bit of fingernail polish remover down the drain? No, don't do that either.
Do this instead. Let me show you an option that for the most part is really free. And we're going to start here at glass recycling.
I've been putting glass in with regular recycling, and that's apparently bad because it often renders your recycled trash useless.
It goes into the recycling truck, and every time they dump, it continues to break down. So it ends up in shards, which are like needles. That can get in the paper and everything else that's in the truck, and it can be all contaminated.
So the recycled gets put back in the landfill.
Right.
Peggy Whitlow Radcliffe owns this busy and growing spot just south of Atlanta's Grant Park. Most people just call it Charm, but it's what its name says, a center for hard-to-recycle materials. There are bins for green, clear, and amber glass.
Plastic serger, magazines, junk mail, plastic bags.
Keeps it out of the landfill.
Danielle Lober's son came here to Charm 2 years ago on a field trip. She and little Pia have been coming regularly ever since. And boy, they recycle everything.
How do you organize your recycling? We need the tip, please.
It's hard. I have a double bin that I have from IKEA. And in one bin, I keep regular recycling from that goes weekly in the city recycling. And then in another one, I have stuff for Charm.
And listen, your waste, it's great for Georgia business.
Georgia is number 2 in the nation for remanufacturing of recycled materials. Who knew?
Yep, the carpet industry and Kia both need recycled materials. But here's a problem.
Our state doesn't recycle enough to support these manufacturers, so we have to import from other areas to actually support these companies.
Now, I said most stuff is free to dump at Charm, but not everything. If it costs them, they charge you. Not much, though. For example, paint. The first 5 gallons, not cans, but gallons, are free. You can add tires, some electronics, and chemicals to that list.
Does this help the city at all?
Absolutely, we're a benefit to the city because it keeps all of this material out of the water system.
So if you're not handy enough to make a carousel out of junk, then you can junk it here. This is where your old porcelain toilet gets a new life as reflective road paint. And little people like Pia start a lifelong habit.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Bye.
Well, who knew? Now you do. That was the Fox 5 I-Team's Dana Fowle. Here's more about Charm. It's at 1110 Hill Street in Southeast Atlanta. It's just south of Grant Park, and they're open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 4 and from 8 to 4 on Saturdays.